like ice skating? Yeah, neither do I. But I've got another abandoned car rumor down by the lake. Meet you there.
Winter is here, and man, it is gorgeous. Driving the Senna in winter is just a spectacular experience, I have to say. Now, you can see the location here of the purple circle for the winter barn find. This should be the same for everybody, and it's located right above where it says Derwent Water. So right where that snowflake is practically where the actual barn find is. Just slightly to the left of that maybe. So basically, just go to the right side of the circle, go on the off-road there, and the closest point where the road comes in contact with that purple circle is a great spot to kind of start driving across the frozen lake, which that's another awesome thing. And I was driving along the road and I just kind of looked out, and I have a 40-inch 4K TV, so I can, my screen's pretty big, I can usually see details that are far away. And I saw something that looked like a barn, and I was like, is that really it right there, just wide out in the open? So I got in my drone, and, if you're ever going to use drone mode, don't forget there's the turbo. I felt like it took forever to get across this lake, and then I realized when I was watching this that there's the turbo feature for the drone. Never used that before. You would think that that would be something that I would know to use, right? Turbo. But the point of it is, the drone mode, it's just so cool going to it, and I was a little confused though because I got to it. The last time that I found the barn find with the drone, the purple circle went away like immediately. This one, it took a few seconds. I had to get literally right up to the door to the barn to get that to go away. So whatever, it is what it is. But now you can see literally the exact location of the barn on the map, straight above Derwent Water, and it's right there. So we're about to drive to it in my Forza edition, Alfa Romeo Giulia. Thank you very much to everyone who was there for my live stream when I got this thing, because I asked you, should I use some of my Forzathon points to go and get this, well, to buy a super wheel spin, and you told me yes, so I bought the super wheel spin, opened it right away, and there popped my Alfa Romeo Giulia. This thing is beautiful, and just like the Senna, it's amazing driving this thing in winter. The blue color is just perfect. The white and black Senna, it just goes so well with the winter scene, and man, it just looks awesome. So, as I always like to do though, I'll let you listen in to what they have to say about this particular barn find.
Found it? Okay, I'll cut across the frozen lake to you. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, send the divers.
Look at that. The roof must have come down in the snow. Good thing it's a Range Rover. These things are invincible. Tell you what, if we get this fixed up before the winter's out, there's a lot of fun to be had.
Now I have to figure out how to get it back to the garage. I do like a challenge.
Damn, that poor Range Rover, I gotta say, that thing got smacked by the ceiling or the roofing of that barn. That was pretty crazy, but it's the 1973 Land Rover Range Rover. Now, it's not very expensive if you just want to go and immediately restore it, but once again, like always, don't spend the credits. It all adds up. It's only $47,000, but I think 15 minutes of gameplay time and the thing was restored, so don't even worry about it. And you can see right here, I was just cruising around in my Senna, and god, the tunnels sound amazing, but you can see he calls me up, he's like, hey, we got your Land Rover Range Rover ready to go, come pick it up. And this thing, it's awesome for winter, and it's a perfect fit for the winter barn find. There was one other car that I think I heard is a barn find that I was hoping would be the winter one, but I'm okay with this one. This one's totally fine. So we collect the car. I just wanted to show you it in the Forza Vista because it is a pretty cool car. And then there is actually a body kit preset for this thing, which I also found to be really cool, so I showcased that. And then the final thing we do is obviously just take it out to drive a little bit, because this thing in winter, it's just perfect. So this Range Rover, now it's a big tank, obviously, it's a big tank, but if you upgrade this thing, I think it'll be really cool. And one other thing that I almost forgot to share that I showed during the free roam gameplay is the perks of the car. There's nothing huge or spectacular going on with the perks, but there's certainly some good things that'll help you get some more skill score. And one thing to keep in mind, this is an off-road vehicle, so it's kind of cool. Some of the cars that they give us, like the Forzathon, Land Rover, and then also now this one. They're off-road vehicles that you can use for the Forzathon Weekly Challenge, so that's something you might want to consider doing, maybe. You don't have to, but it's something you could use. You could use this car, and it's a legendary. So, again, legendaries and epics are the best because they're going to have the most car perks, or whatever you want to call them, skill mastery perks. I never really know what to call them. There's a few different ways that you can explain that, I guess, but really cool Range Rover, really happy with this winter barn find. I do wish that the body kit preset tune that you're about to see would be a little bit more upgraded, because it's about 50,000 credits, and practically I feel like it just puts on the body upgrades, and I mean, it gets heavier when you do that, so that's the only thing. It gets heavier. It's over 4,000 pounds, and they don't add enough power. I don't think they even add any power, if I remember correctly. We're going to see it here in a second, but remember, this is a seasonal barn find. It is the winter barn find, kinda noted with the snowflake. So you can only get to it in winter. That's why they located it in the middle of the frozen lake, because in summer, spring, and autumn, you're not going to be able to get over there. And you can literally only get it in winter. So you have about 6 days left to get it. So make sure you don't miss it if you want to get it as quickly as possible. But here's the body kit preset. I think it looked pretty cool. I generally don't like a ton of lights in the car, but this thing, dude, tell me that doesn't look sick. And I think the white and black kind of offsets look really good, so that's why I went with the white. The other stock colors weren't that nice. You saw those a little bit earlier, but you can see basically the handling apparently gets way better, but there's no more power. Still 135 horsepower, pushing over 4,000 pounds. So not the fastest car, but really cool to cruise around with and just be out in the winter season. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helps you find the location of this winter barn find. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.